What's up, shredders? Jeremiah Scratch Stone here, out on a beautiful, pretty sure it's a Wednesday morning, throwing some water on the jumps here at Ninja HQ, coming off of just an amazing instructor retreat with Ninja MTB Performance. Had over 50 instructors from all over the country. It was super good. Lots of highlights, but today I wanted to share kind of one of my personal ones. I got to learn some new stuff. Got to ride with Kyle Warner, absolute shredder, amazing personality. Him and April both just bring a lot to the scene. Really had a good time just playing bikes with him, and it kind of took me back to a mindset that I haven't tapped into as much as I'd like to recently. And you know, this morning what I want to do is put some of that to work. I want to come out here and try and learn something new, and I'd like to capture it on film for myself, and also thought it would be a good opportunity to fire up the camera and maybe talk a little bit about my process and see if maybe a peek behind the curtain for the way that I like to do things might open up some stuff in your own journey with the bike. So thanks for watching. Let's have some fun. What I'm going to go for is the manual to the first one, to a nose manual over the first one, carry enough speed from that into the second one to be able to give it like a little bit of a compress and mini whip. So throw a little style there, which then I'm hoping gives me the speed. And what I'd really like to do is lanual the third one. So jump it, land on the back wheel, and roll it out on the back wheel. First thing I want to do is I want to connect this opening roller to that table with a manual. Now, I've got a strong manual, but this is a lot of elevation with it, a lot of undulation with it, and I have to keep my speed up if I want to have it later in the line. So really going to be about that balance point and trying not to overdo it with the back brake if it does get up a little bit higher or faster than I want it to go. So here we go. Just gotta find the consistency, right? Now it's time for the second part, which is gonna be that nose manual over this table. So I've gotta carry the front wheel to the top of this and then let the lip actually only push up the back wheel. And then I've actually gotta stay balanced on the front wheel and stay in control and finish this thing out. Now this is the part that's getting really tricky for me because this is the part that's very new. Not super comfortable on the front wheel, but talking to Kyle, he was saying, you know, hey, you use the momentum, not the brake. It's not like a big scoop up. You know, you'll feel it, and you know, he assured me that it was more intuitive than I was thinking it was. Oh yeah. So starting to get a little sweaty out here, so I'm gonna take a breather and get a drink of water and go ahead and headband up. My forehead's getting a little sweaty, so right there, you know, Kyle's advice, you know, saved my skin right there. You know, if I had done a big scoop or touched the brake or anything like that, boy, that nose manual could have gotten out of hand quick. It might have looked smooth, but that to me was really scary. Like that's definitely on the fuzzy edges of my comfort zone for sure. But you know, super grateful for the advice of like it comes more intuitive and it's not a huge input for that. So yeah, score one for the good guys, right? Yeah, so that to me is more than enough to work with. I feel good about that. Yeah, I think it's already, I felt controlled, I felt safe, I felt good. You know, kind of piecing it all together, trying to get stars to line up. You know, maybe it's time to kind of eye up the third thing here, which is this third table doing the lanual. I did practice this one a little bit this week. I know that it works at like a really sweet spot of speed. So I need to kind of check that after the second table here. Really comfortable with the manual, so you know, it's landing connecting with the back wheel at the knuckle, and then holding that tension and getting into that back brake a little bit to kind of keep me from having to fall over backwards any further than I want, and keep it controlled as I accelerate out, and start piecing it all together. That was not the one. Bike's feeling good, body's feeling good, jumps are feeling good. It's time to start looking at combining everything. My first question I got to ask is, what have I done to prepare for this? And that is, I've broken down each of the individual things that I'm trying to do, and I've gotten comfortable enough that I feel good trying them. It's time to start trying to link them up. The next question I got to ask is, like, what's my plan? Well, I know I want to do the manual to nose manual to mini whip to lanual. So I've got a plan, and a big component of that plan is like the visualization. And people ask me about this part, like when I visualize doing something, you know, there is a component of it where I visualize like third person, like seeing myself doing it, like boom, 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 boom. But for me, what really locks it in for me is I visualize what it's going to feel like to do it. So I visualize like, okay, what's that manual going to feel like? All right, and then I shift the weight into that nose manual, and then I pump down, I get my compression, I get the nice mini whip, I'm feeling good. Like right there, I stomp that landing, time to finish strong, up, catch that knuckle with the back wheel, right into the sweet spot, and let it roll out. So I visualize what it feels like to have a successful line, and then that's where I really lock it in.